Hi you guys, it's Charlie aka Miss Charlotte Zay. Welcome to Charlie's Universe 2014, and I'm actually having an entertaining night because one of my friends actually let me use their Netflix account to watch some movies and stuff. And let me tell you, this one movie that I watched a little bit earlier was a horror movie. It was called Missing, a Korean movie. Probably the most intense horror movie I've ever seen in my life, honestly. It was a good movie, but it was pretty intense. But as I was watching, some shows and stuff, I decided that I needed to get on to redoing my budget for the month of January and February. And I kind of showed you guys how to do this stuff a long time ago, or at least how I do my budgeting. But I wanted to show you guys again because this time it's going to be kind of like an incorporation of what my insurance costs will be. Because honestly, I have not yet gotten insurance for myself. And I know that they're supposed to penalize you on your tax thing or whatever. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I was like, screw it, I'm not going to get it yet. So what I did was I made my normal budget, and I made a budget incorporating possible costs of having insurance taken out of my checks as well. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much they would take out of my check, based on my income or whatever, but I at least made a version of them saying taking out like $100 for insurance or something, just to see if it is possible to incorporate insurance into my budget. So what I'm going to show you guys, this is going to be kind of a part 1, part 2 thing, because I do have part 1 and 2 of the way that I do my budget. So if this is going to help anybody out there who is learning how to budget, or wants to learn how to do a budgeting system, or just wants to hear how I budget, I definitely want to show you guys how I do it. So once again, because I did show you guys how to do it before, but of course a lot of people didn't see it back then, but I would love to show you guys how to do it again. So this is how I do it. I'm going to see if I can pan the camera down so you guys can see me writing or something. Now, I already made an original copy already, but I'm just going to make another copy. So, the way that I begin, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. The way that I start my budget out, I was trying to make it work, but I'll just show you guys. The way I start my budget out is, first, I will list all my expenses that I pay for. Major bills is the number one thing that I put down. So rent, car insurance, car note, utility, phone bill, internet bill, gas, and laundry. Because everything is pretty much important. Everything is important. You need food, you need hygiene stuff, everything. But so all of it's pretty important. So this is how I pretty much budget out. Now my rent is pretty cheap a month because I live in a fairly small place that is made for one person. So usually my rent comes around $325. So of course I'm going to put the total amount for the entire month. So rent, that $325. My car note is every 2 weeks, so they take out $232 out of my account every 2 weeks for my car payment. So I'll put my car payment, but I'll total it all up. So for the whole month, it comes out to $464 for my car payment. I'll put how much I spend in gas, so usually I give myself at least $60 a week, so that's $120 a month. And I do that just to make sure that I have plenty of gas to get back and forth to work, to be able to go, and if, you know, friends invite me to go somewhere, or if I have to make an emergency ride somewhere, then I know that I always have money for gas. Because I remember a long time ago when I had my van, it would always come close by the end of the week of me running out of gas. I did not like that at all. You know, I don't like having to be stuck at home because I don't have gas to get somewhere. So I always give myself at least $60 per week to get back and forth to work, have that gas to go wherever I need to go, and never be stuck at home. So $120 for the entire month on gas. For my phone bill, that's usually around... I used to get the $55 plan, but since I don't talk on it more, I'm actually going to lower that, and I'm going to make it the $45 plan now. But I'm still gonna budget it out at $55 a month, just so that, you know, I'm still gonna budget it out $55 a month. My internet bill is usually around $50, but I'm gonna estimate that out to $55 a month. My laundry, I don't do much laundry. I pretty much all I gotta do is worry about my work clothes, so I usually budget that at about $20 a month. And shockingly, as many shirts as I bought and pants, usually I have to do laundry like once a month, like literally. Alright, so laundry at $20. Of course, car insurance, which is $191 a month for my insurance, for full coverage insurance. My utility bill, I usually estimate that at about $40 total, and I base that off of just basically how much my utility bill is every month, and the highest it's been has probably been around $40, and it's how much I pretty much average every time. So utility bill, at least for the winter time, I estimate at about $40 a month. Now, I always like to make my estimates a little bit higher than what it normally is, just so that I know that, hey, I can get extra money out of this if it doesn't actually come up to that price by the end of the month. Alright, what else do I have on here? I have to pay my bank every month on the loan that I took out. So that's about $28 a month. Personal hygiene stuff doesn't really cost too much, but you know, if you get stuff for a whole month, it doesn't always come out to be that much. So I'd say for personal hygiene, maybe for me, I estimated at about $40. $30 or $40, somewhere around there. I'm just going to put $40 just for the hell of it. And that's for the whole month. Stuff like food, I pretty much eat at work, so I don't really put that into the budget unless you're a person who like buys groceries and stuff for your home. Then of course you would put that in there, but because I don't buy groceries and stuff, you know, I'm not going to incorporate that in my budget, so I'm going to do for that. Alright, so I think I've pretty much covered everything. My rent, car, gas, phone, internet, laundry, insurance, utility, and personal hygiene. Yeah, so that's, yeah. So here's my list. So rent, car, gas, and like I said, I just added up everything up for the entire month. So, hold on one sec. And make sure you have your calculator handy, of course. So after you've pretty much listed everything that you pay for within a whole month, you just totally add it all up. 120, 5, 20, so with all of my expenses added up, I have a grand total of $1,338. That's how much all of my bills came out to for the entire month. Unless I'm missing something, but in the meantime, I don't think I'm missing something. Now, that's just for my regular budget. Now, incorporating my possible insurance, whenever I do actually buy insurance for myself, I'm going to add $100 to that figure. So on the other side, it's going to be $1,438. That's with insurance included. Okay. So now, once I've added up all the total costs of my expenses, I'm going to figure out what my income is for both jobs. So I'm gonna, let's see. Now I'm not gonna tell you guys the total of how much I make, but you just basically take as many hours that you make. So let's say 39 hours at the main job times how much you make. And then for my other job, I'm going to do the same thing, estimate how many hours I work for 2 weeks times my total amount. So let's see. Of course, you want to put the 2 weeks together, of course. So 39 plus 39, that's 78 hours. And of course, you want to always make sure you take out the taxes and stuff as well. So 78 times how much you make. Okay, and then after you come up with your gross number, you want to estimate how much they take out for taxes. So you just want to put, like, in parentheses or whatever, how much you make on your checks every 2 weeks or whatever, or at least about the amount that you make on your checks. Now, I'm weird because when I put the amount that I make for my checks, I always put a little bit lower, just because you want to kind of have that safety net. So let's say that. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say it. Whatever. So after you come up with your total for the amount of expenses for the entire month, you figure out how much you make on your checks. So I'm going to add up my checks for every 2 weeks, including, and this is for both jobs if you have multiple jobs or whatever. I think that's right. I'm not sure. Sometimes folks' checks fluctuate, so let's just put that. Alright, so, and of course, if you have 2 jobs, you want to add up both your total amount. Alright, so, with both of my jobs combined or whatever, I have a total of $1,660 by the end of that month. So, of course, the next thing you want to do is take the estimated amount of money that you make each month minus the total amount that your expenses came out to. So $1,660 minus $1,338. That leaves me with a grand total of $322 by the end of the month of spending money. Now, of course, if I went off the budget with the added $100 in for my supposed to be insurance thing, then I would only have $222 left at the end of the month. So once again, I just added up all of my numbers, all of my bills for the entire month, got the total amount, figured out how much I make in gross pay for all of my checks put together for the whole month, came up with that grand total, took that grand total and subtracted my bills, and I came out with $322. That's without the insurance, and this is with the insurance involved. So, once you figure out how much money you have left, estimated to spend at the end of the month, that is the money that you could figure out, okay, this is the amount I'm going to spend for play money, this is the amount I'm going to save, this is the amount I'm going to put towards food, or whatever you decide to do with it. That is what that extra spending money is going to be for. So, supposedly I would have $322 left at the end of the month after paying for all my bills. And of course it would be up to you to figure out when you're going to wind up spending that extra money that you have left. So, that is how I figured that out, you guys. And I came up with that little system on my own years ago, and it has worked for me every year that I have lived here at this place. That's how I've been able to keep my car. It really does work. Now, I'm not going to say that honestly I follow this budget to the T every single time, but I pretty much keep a mental note of how much I make each month and what I'm spending it on, so I never really run out of money. Now, there's some times when I spend a little bit too much and go over my budget, and then I, like at the end of this pay period, I was kind of broke a little bit. But that's because I went over my budget. But if you stick to your budget to the T, you'll always have money. You'll always have gas. You'll always have money. It works out really good. So I know this video is extended a little bit. So if you guys want to tune into part 2, I'm going to show you guys how I individually break down my bills. So stay tuned if you guys want to see more. Alright. Thumbs up if you guys liked this video. So, holla back.